Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave.
That's violating it. 6 most disturbing forest findings caught on camera. My question is initially, what the hell are these people doing in these damn woods, you know? But look, man, I'm here for it, man. And this video is made for entertainment and educational purposes. Let's get it.
This first finding was made by hiker James Rankin in early October of 2016. James had been hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park when he came across an old campsite. But disturbingly, all around the campsite were multiple different missing person posters taped onto trees. The posters themselves were completely real, featuring real missing people across different US states. Upon his discovery, James would quickly start recording.
Okay, we're deep in the woods, sort of. We're like on the border, because like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. And remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? Look at the white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, get the fuck out them woods. You gotta get out these woods.
What's going on in here? This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all different. Every single one. This one's from Georgia. And look at it. Like, look where the we are. Who the
Hey, this the type of shit when you go up in there, bro, to make your booty cheeks like clench real tight together, and you start walking funny. You don't even want to breathe because you want to hear everything. Feel me? Crazy.
Something like this. And we got this one. And this obviously, you could tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right?
Look at the paper.
Look at the tape. Look at the water damage. These bits have been hanging up for a while. Let me just,
Probably did sacrifices down there.
And over here in the middle of the fire pit.
That weird.
That's a shovel.
James would ultimately report the finding to the police. Though, upon further investigation, police would write it off as someone's Halloween decorations. James, however, was not satisfied with this investigation. His discovery took place on October 3rd, and according to James, the posters themselves did not look like they were set up recently. Later that same year, James would return to the campsite, but this time be stopped by multiple no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here,
that's violating it.
we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs, homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. But you can see they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And we've got one there, one there, one there.
Because the police had already closed their investigation, this would pretty much mark the end of the whole situation.
You know what though? I feel like the police might have been. They might be involved in that shit. They might have some type of naked cult or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They sit on the little bricks with the things hanging and shit, selling little birds and torturing women. That shit look like.
Back in 2013, a man named Phil Poling would upload this video to his YouTube channel. The video features Phil out late at night in his neighborhood, located in Mission, Oregon. Phil claimed to have heard strange noises echoing around outside his neighborhood only a few minutes prior, which is why he was outside in the first place. Once he reached a nearby forest that was only around 200 feet from his house, he would again hear the noises, and this is where he started recording.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house. You can hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird. Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish.
You know what's crazy? I be hearing that over here by my house too.
I mean, that almost sounds like laughter.
Be something like
It's actually
that.
gotten closer since it started. It's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now.
The recording of noises continued for a while longer, until the sounds of gunshots can be heard echoing from the forest.
Oh wow.
I think that was a gunshot.
Whatever it was, you gotta protect yourself from it. That shit sound crazy.
Multiple people in the community itself had claimed to have been hearing similar noises for the last 2 months or so leading up to the recording. But just what exactly was making the noises is still unclear.
I'm telling y'all, look, man, it's a sound, bro, that goes down. It happens at night periodically. Sometimes it's just like somebody is screaming. Usually when the sun is going down, it's like somebody's like a woman is screaming. We thought it was somebody, you know, they might be, they might have a illness or something. Oh, fine, or something. Questions.
This video features the GoPro footage of 2 dirt bikers riding on a remote path in the forest. Throughout the video, the bikers can be seen going at extreme speeds, but doing this would quickly prove to become almost deadly. As the bikers continued on the path, they were unexpectedly met with a steel cable strung across 2 trees at perfect neck level for oncoming bikers. At a fast enough speed, this trap could no doubt take the lives of anyone riding through that didn't see it. Fortunately, however, the biker in the front did see it and was able to react quick enough to avoid it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Look, I'm telling y'all, bro, there's some hateful people out here in the world, bro. Like, that's insane. That's insane. It's always somebody out here, bro. These are people that just like hate
The
their life.
bikers would actually debate whether or not to stay and wait for the person who set up the trap to come back, but they would end up deciding against this. It's still unknown who's responsible.
Alright, take that.
Mark Andre was a man who devoted his career to exploring the vast woods of Northern California. He worked as his town's environmental service director, so it was quite literally his job to spend time in the woods. In February of 2018, he had been tasked with marking trees, and while he was doing so deep in the woods, he would come across some makeshift cabin, which, considering the extreme remoteness of the area he was in, made the discovery highly abnormal. Mark would of course get a closer look at the structure. The thing was only around 8 by 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall. There was a lock on the
Wait, hold on. Why we always gotta get a closer look and shit? Like, when you see something like that in the middle of the woods, bro, that's not a good idea, bro. A witch obviously lives there, bro. Like, there ain't no way around that one. Or a person that don't like people for real, which would be considered a warlock or a witch.
shack's only entrance, and from the
like
outside
people,
there was
but
no
I
real
like
evidence
people to
anyone was
that
there. Still, disturbed by the finding, Mark would head back to get professional assistance. The next few days would consist of multiple attempts to contact the owner of the shack, but all of them ultimately failing. So, Finally, upon revisiting the structure, the men would break open the lock to the front door. They would find a space that was clearly being lived in, or at the very least had been lived in recently. The shack had its own furniture, a pot-bellied stove, a small library, and even a typewriter. Jars and cans of food filled the shelves. However, in spite of all this, the search resulted in no further identification of the actual owner. Because the shack was illegally constructed, the men ultimately had no other choice but to leave an eviction notice on the front door before leaving. A few days later, the authorities returned to see out the contract, but there was nothing there. The makeshift cabin was completely gone.
Oh,
Whoever the owner was had deconstructed it, with literally the only thing left behind being an international squatter symbol made from charcoal. Many theorized the owner was wanted by authorities, and was therefore living completely alone in the forest, evading any contact with other people. But whether or not this is even close to true is still up for debate. To this day, the real owner of the shack is still unidentified.
You gotta think though, man, it's a lot of people out here that's on the loose, you feel me? It's a lot of people out here, man. Look, it's a lot of booty snatchers out here, bro. Like real life booty snatchers. They be out here on the run, hiding in these woods. Y'all gotta be on the loop. Y'all gotta be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling y'all, bro, always be paying attention to people out here. If you go in a restaurant, man, especially, man, bro, sit with your back against the wall so you can see entrances and the points that you're gonna be leaving the building and everything. I gotta keep educating y'all on this. It's serious. Don't ever get complacent. This shit right here is crazy. Who was living in there, bro? Living in there. Right? They did something. Or was a book author writing a book, but I doubt that. Because he wouldn't even take
This video was captured on an early morning in the middle of December. It takes place in Canada, and features some disturbing noise echoing throughout the forest. It's not clear what the noise is. Many frequent hunters would report to have never heard anything even remotely similar.
I know what that is. Scary shit.
Imagine hearing that.
One comment suggested the noise could have been a wolf that was either trapped or left behind by its pack. It's also possible it was another animal, such as an elk or possibly a bull moose. Although none of these theories have been confirmed.
It don't sound like that. Maybe a bull wolf. I don't know, but it don't sound like no wolf though. Moose.
YouTube user Rainey Schuler would upload this video to YouTube in 2013. The video's footage is from multiple security cameras Rainey would set up around his house, which was in an isolated area of the Rocky Mountains. The whole idea behind the cameras was to capture the footage of the different wildlife around his property, to then upload to YouTube. But on September 13, the cameras around his house would catch something completely out of the ordinary. You can see as a woman walks out from the complete darkness of the woods.
You know what? We should be considered wildlife, man. We act like fucking animals. Look at this shit. Why is you in the middle of the woods, lady? You drunk? Or on some type of drug, bro? Not the book of sugar. But what could it be? On that myth. On her teeth, ain't it? Cause you really don't give a fuck about like when you walking up on people's houses, especially in the middle of the woods, bro.
Some believe the woman was lost, or that her car had broken down nearby. But that doesn't explain her general careless mannerism as she aimlessly walks around the property. And a while later, the woman could be seen walking right back into the forest. After that night, the house owner would never see this woman again.
I mean, I remember seeing that last part, man, in another video somewhere, but it's probably one of them scary videos. But she was obviously under the influence of something, man, at somebody's crib doing some crazy shit. But you know, at the end of the day, man, look, man, make sure y'all taking care of yourself and your families. Always make sure y'all stand and handle yours. You know, but look, man, I'll see you on the next video, man. If you made it to this part of the video, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. It shows that 50% of the people that watch my channel not even subscribe. That means that you hit that subscribe button, guess what? I'll be at a fucking million already. But look, I'll see you on the next video, man. Love y'all. I'm out.